back to Interior Exterior. This week we got an interior with Mr. Robert Cormier, actor extraordinaire.
Extraordinaire.
So this is your episode. I want to make sure that I hit a lot of different things, and I want to make sure that by the end of it, I want to further understand you and your position as an actor. Obviously, it's different because I'm a director. I've never been really in front of the camera besides this.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that not only am I asking you questions about yourself, but also trying to understand more of what it's like to be an actor, because since this is one of our first episodes, I think it's important that we both understand each other's positions. So to start off, you want to tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm an actor, filmmaker. You know, just partnered up with you and gonna grow Filmmetry in this starting this production company. You know, have a lot of great ideas, a lot of great ideas we have.
We do have a lot.
You know, we do, and I'm really excited about a lot of them.
Me too.
And just in general, man, like I'm really growing to be more of a filmmaker and film lover.
So you don't want to be
and an actor.
You don't want to be more so. There's people that are like labeled as like I'm an actor. And
no, definitely that's what I'm labeled as. That's what I want to be. That's what I love to do.
Yeah.
And I always want to be in front of the camera. But a part of me really loves the creative part of it. You know, the creative side of things, and the opportunities and what we can actually make. It's pretty amazing.
Now, did that want or that desire to be more part of the creative process beyond just being an actor, did that come recently, or is that something you've always wanted?
You know what? When I think back, like even as a kid, when I'd see something happen, I'd be like, this should be in a movie. You know, that seems like that should be in a movie. Or like, you imagine you just capture that right there. I'm like 10 years old. I'm like, imagine capturing that right there. I'm like, that was like a movie, right, Ma? You know, she'd be like, yeah, whatever. I'm like, right. Like, I can really, I've been in places where, like a really dirtbag rundown motel in the middle of nowhere. People are actually living in, like renting rooms, like to live monthly. And you just see like these really sad living situations. And I'm like, I can write a whole film about this right here. I already have characters developing, storylines. My mind just runs like that. And I've always been like that, always. And like I've always written ideas down, told stories, like getting all my ideas out. And I'm like you as well, like you said in the last episode, when I'm in bed, like I don't stay up all night like with anxiety or like insomnia. I stay up with excitement sometimes. Sometimes I just get so caught in ideas, and I just got to get them down. And like I'm like, you know, and I've done it in the past where I haven't gotten it down. And then I'm like, oh shit, that was the last idea. What was that? And then I just miss it. So, but that whole being able to envision something simply off of a room, some clothing, you know, any situation, like that was always been a part of me.
I feel like that's what you're basically saying is what a director, I feel like, does a lot of the time in terms of envisioning things. I mean, cinematographers do. Everybody does it, but from what you're saying, it sounds a lot to what I like to do. So would you ever consider directing beyond just acting?
Hell yeah.
Do you think you could be one of those people that is in front of the camera and behind it during the same project?
Yeah. That's what I want to do.
Yeah,
man.
Okay. To talk more about the acting side, obviously, what's your experiences within the film industry? Like, what brought you here, essentially? How did you get started within acting?
A lot of people ask me that, buddy. A lot of people, especially young actors. And I just kind of when I moved out of my parents' house, when I was like 18, whatever, 19, moved downtown, started taking acting classes. That was it. Started taking acting classes and met people through there. Took more acting classes and met people and just networked and did the deal for years.
So has acting always been like what you've always wanted to do from when you were young?
Yeah, always loved film.
That was always plan A. Right?
Always loved movies, especially like starting with like action heroes. Like Jean-Claude Van Damme. Like, you know, he was my favorite. I used to tell my dad, be like, yo, daddy, call me Robbie Van Damme. I swear to God, it's a true story. My parents taught everybody. When I was like 10 years old, I loved him. You know, I was like downstairs doing the splits like he did on like two separate chairs and stuff. You know, I could do the splits. I had like a little heavy bag I was always hitting. I was working on like my martial arts and stuff. I always want to be like an action hero.
Okay.
Yeah, Robbie Van Dam.
How do you define success as an actor? Is it the awards? Is it your experience? What defines success for you?
It's definitely this has definitely grown on me, this question, and it's this discovery over time, and obviously like fame and fortune, all those things, like those are awesome.
Yeah.
You know, who doesn't want those things? And the accolades that come with it, the awards and everything. But the more I've done, the more I've made films and told stories and been a part of the process, I find myself just falling into the process. And when I'm on set, nothing else matters.
Yeah.
You know, nothing else matters. I'm just present, gonna be happier. And that's like my place. That's where I love to be. I get like, when I'm off set for a little bit, I get like set withdrawal.
Yeah, I'm like that too.
Yeah, I gotta be back on set, man.
I gotta film something, I gotta shoot.
I just gotta be on set.
Yeah.
You know? And I just love it. And at first, I might have had some selfish reasonings to why I wanted to be an actor, right?
Yeah.
And be in front of the camera and everything. But when I look back, no, it wasn't. I loved, like I just said, when I was 10 years old. I loved films and always wanted to be an actor and stuff.
I don't think there's anything wrong in thinking that. I mean, I feel like the fame and fortune is one of the enticing reasons why people want to become an actor, because they're like, you know, I like the idea of how they're like how they look to other people, or how, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but then we look at their lives too, and we say things like, "Oh no, I would never want that."
Yeah, exactly.
You know, can't go anywhere, can't do it. You know, but there's ups and downs, there's goods and bads. Like cops forget tickets.
Exactly.
You don't have to wait in line. You know, you eat free, whatever all the crap is. You know, who doesn't want those things?
No, that's fair. Yeah.
But if those come with it, then it's great. But it's not like my be all and end all. I just want to make a living as an actor, be successful, keep making films, being able to keep telling stories till I die.
Okay.
You know.
Let's talk about your process in terms of learning and crafting how you approach acting on film. You said it yourself earlier, how you went to plenty of different acting classes and acting schools. Do you think, let's say I'm an actor and I'm wanting to get in it, do you think there's value within acting classes? Because from what I understand, having met multiple actors, there's two types of them from my perspective, obviously. There are people who say, oh, you need acting class, you need to learn, you need to go there, you need to, you know, get hands-on, whatever. And then there's the other side that says just make films and make stuff, and your talent will grow through honing in on, like, you know, essentially learn by doing.
Yeah.
Do you think there is a value to acting classes? Do you think that that's a mandatory thing? Like, what's your thoughts on it?
100%.
Yeah?
Yeah. Unless you're just born knowing how to make films.
Yeah.
How do you learn to make films?
But do you think that you can't be a successful actor if you don't go to those classes?
I believe it all falls down to the authenticity of the character you're playing. But if some people are gifted and just are able to like to zone in, fall in, they're just naturally gifted and just tell authentic stories and be random characters.
Yeah.
Sure, but I don't think that's possible. No, you know, even as a filmmaker, just make films, jump on. How many films can you make? How much experience are you going to get?
Yeah.
You know, I still take acting classes. Even through now, this pandemic, I'm on Zoom once a week. Right. For a little bit, I was on Zoom twice a week. And I got a voice coach. Yeah. You know, so 3 times a week. Right. You know, I'm pretty much a working actor. Yeah. You know, pandemic's been a bit weird for us, but I'm still training all the time. Mm-hmm. You know, and I want to get better. And I challenge myself. I talk to my coach. I ask him to give me, where am I struggling? Where would you like to see me improve? You know, and he gives me scenes. And we don't rehearse these scenes out with the people, with my cast, with my my scene partner. I don't rehearse them. You could be in Dubai, South Africa, and we're on Zoom doing this. And same thing when the classes are actually in town and he's here. We don't rehearse with each other. It's almost like when you get to set, you prepare at home. Maybe you read with your girlfriend, or your spouse, or your friends, whatever, and you prepare a little bit, rehearse a little bit. But the way you deliver a line to me is the first time I want to hear it is on set to get my most authentic reaction. Yeah, because how you're gonna come at it and say it is different than everybody else. So that's how my coach is, and since I've started working with him, like 4 years ago, acting's been fun again. Cool. None of that, like I mentioned before, another episode, like that esoteric, you're not there yet crap. It's that trying to push people to get to this place that they can't even tell you where the place is. Okay. Just authenticity. Okay. And but I'm not saying that any actor should go to this one specific coach. I've been to like 5-6 different schools or coaches, and it took me a while to find out what works for me.
Yeah, so different strokes for different.
Yes, that works for me. Everybody's different. So this works for me. I enjoy it. It makes acting fun and easy, and my work shows. Okay. So, but I would not be where I am today unless I went to that first acting class. Yeah. Actually, from that first acting school and class I went to, those coaches are still in my life. I still know people from that. That was like 10 years ago. Wow. Yeah, still coming through in my life.
So there's a sense of networking that comes along with going to acting classes, because obviously you're learning, you're around people who all want.
Absolutely, man. The more you're around what you love, the more you're gonna learn about it.
Okay. To go further into acting, I'm curious, because obviously I've only worked with a certain handful of actors, and I'm curious, what do you think is important for a director to do on set when it comes to actors? Like, what's something that you expect from a director beyond obviously saying you're going here, you're doing this, or whatever? What constitutes a good director from a bad one when you're on set and you're doing a project in terms of working with actors?
Yeah. Understanding like the process, like an actor's process. I know there's many of them, like we talked before about techniques and stuff, but I've also had directors try to direct me in ways that I don't work like that. Yeah. So maybe just trying to do the best to help me understand. Like if I don't clearly understand the situation, what's going on right now, or why someone's doing what they're doing. Yeah. To take that time with me to help me get through that. And if I'm not giving them what they're looking for, then the way you put it to me to understand what you're looking for is important. Yeah. It's not just like, you're not there. It's not there yet. Like I've had stupid stuff like that, It's just not there yet. Well, what's there? Yeah. I'm over here giving you everything. Specific. What's there? Yeah. Maybe I don't understand the story. Maybe I don't understand it as well as I think I do. I don't know. I've worked with amazing people in the past, amazing directors, and some people I just, very quiet directors. Just kind of one word, don't say too much. And
so what separates a good one from a bad one then?
Communication. I think building to learn. It takes the time with your actors. Yeah. Get to know them a little bit. Help them understand what the scene's about. If they have questions, if they don't understand. Yeah. At least for me, my questions would be dropped more along the situation of the story of the scene. Maybe I'm not understanding the situation enough, because I know the lines already. Like I said, lines and situation dictate the character in my life. So.
And what do you think is kind of a red flag or things that directors shouldn't do? Like, let's say, imagine I haven't directed something. Okay. Let's say people coming into the film industry, people who want to direct, people who want to be on set working with actors. What's something that they shouldn't do, or something that, you hear a lot of people say, how people are like, oh, you should always do this or whatever. Some misconceptions about when it comes to working with actors. Do you know any, especially like I don't
know. I know me as an actor. Yeah. Especially starting off, I like from a director, something is huge.
Yeah. Validation.
You know what I mean? Validation, man. Yeah. Even Al Pacino. Even Al Pacino does like a shitty take. I bet you it's like people turn around and be like, great take, Al. You nailed that. We're gonna do it again, but great take. Even Al Pacino, man. Like, we're creatives, we're artists, we're actors, we're sensitive. You want to get the most out of somebody? Don't put them down. Okay. Help build them up. Yeah. Let them know that's great. And then let's try this.
Do you have a moment within your career so far that has kind of defined you as an actor, like that made you realize like I'm doing what I'm on the right path? You know what I mean, career wise. Do you think there was a moment or a project or something where you found validation through, like reassurance essentially? That, I'm doing the right thing, or I should be. I am an actor. Can you think of one?
No. Some sound guys that I've worked with, same guys on a couple sets, you know, I always forget I'm mic'd up. I always forget I'm mic'd up. And you know, before my first take on any set, I'm always like, this is the best job in the world. So I kind of smile to myself, like, this is the best job in the world, man. It's the best job in the world. You know, how many people want to be right here where I am right now? Millions of people want to be where I am right now. I have the best job in the world. And the sound guys, I forget I'm mic'd up sometimes. And the same guy's like, yo, do you say that on every take? I was like, say what? I didn't even know I was saying it. Do you know? But I know I'm saying it, but I wasn't paying attention.
Right.
And just realizing that, like, when I get to set and I'm dropping in and I'm there and everybody's running around setting everything up, got everybody ready. It's like, this is my moment. It's all on me right now. You know, I just fall in. And there hasn't been a moment that I can think of that just made me realize this is what I want to do. I've just known for a long time. Maybe since the first time I made a film.
Okay.
Maybe since the first film I've done.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
In your opinion, what do you think makes a good actor? What makes a bad actor? What I know you talked about authenticity and being genuine, but what's beyond that? I mean, what do you think? When you watch a show or you watch something and you see an actor and you're like, "Wow, that's a great performance," or that's God. Is it authenticity most of the time, or is it something else that makes you see like value essentially in the performance?
Yeah, I'm like, do I believe her?
Yeah. Okay.
Do I believe him right now?
Yeah.
You know, it really comes down to that. Do I believe her or him?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of good acting. There's a lot of bad acting out there. There's a lot of content out there.
Yeah.
You know, so it's you get to watch all of it. But I don't know, man. It's a tough thing to be an actor.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to crap on anybody.
No, I don't know.
But yeah, you definitely see good work and bad work. Do you believe it or not?
Yeah.
And I think that comes down to what you touched on before, your coaching.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, some people are really good auditioners.
Yeah.
But they don't know nothing about story or storytelling. They're just like good on camera and they're good auditioners.
Fair enough.
I consider myself, I enjoy auditioning. And I like the work I put forward in auditions. But some people, they work a lot and I see their work and I don't get it. You know, but what is it for me to get? It doesn't matter. So, you know, I'm happy for them. They're working, but I know the kind of performance I want to put out.
Okay. And going off on that, like, sense of, do I believe them, that authenticity, are there things that you do when you are on set or you're getting into the role that you feel as though you have to do in order to validate that authenticity or like to bring that out? Like, I know a lot of people like will, a lot of actors, obviously they know their lines, that's beyond the point, but they'll go into it and they won't look at anybody, or like they'll, you know what I mean? Like, they'll go into it blind. They're trying to be like, whatever comes at them, they'll get at it. I know, like, Bryan Cranston was talking about it when he was making Breaking Bad. There was a special, you've seen Breaking Bad, right? So there was a scene where I forget Jesse's girlfriend, what's her name?
I forget.
Kristen Ritter, whatever. I forget her name. Jane. Is it Jane? Yeah. No?
Yeah, Jane. Jane sounds good.
I think it's Jane.
Okay.
Regardless of the point. Kristen Ritter's character. And he's obviously watching her choke to death. And he talks about how he went into that scene and he wrote down all the possible, within the character of Walt, all the possible things that could happen in this situation, his character being in it. And he wrote, like, you know, well, this is a good thing for me because if she dies, then Jesse's okay. Jesse won't die, you know, or if I do stop her, then this happens or whatever. And then he talks about like writing it all down and then forgetting about it. And then when he's in that moment, whatever comes to the surface and it feels more authentic to him that way. Do you have a thing that you do or a way to approach things where you're getting into character, or things that you do to make yourself feel or bring out that authenticity, essentially? Yeah.
Well, that kind of what he's doing there is understanding the situation.
Yeah.
You know, and that comes back down to, like I said, understanding the situation and the lines. So if she dies right now, okay, this could help me, this would benefit me, but also I could go to prison, this could happen.
Yeah.
Shit. That's understanding what's going on in the scene.
Yeah.
You know, I do some stuff like that. Understanding what's going on. If this happens right now, like, it's not just something small. My life is over.
Yeah.
Understand that.
Yeah.
And just getting all those out. But I do the work beforehand. And I could be on set right now, you and me just kind of kicking it, talking, and I'm like, they're like, okay, guys, to ones. I'm like, yo, 1 second. We'll finish that. That's a good story. We'll finish that in a second.
Yeah.
And I go to my ones, take my breath, and I'm good. I know what's going on. It depends on the scene too.
Yeah.
Some scenes are very heavy. I kind of just like be alone a little bit.
Some time,
yeah, man. Depends what it is. But I'm not sitting there trying to get into a character or like smacking my head off a wall.
Yeah, method acting.
No, nothing method acting. No.
Yeah, okay. I want to talk about the future. I want to talk about you. What kind of this kind of seems like a basic question, but what roles do you gravitate towards more? Like, I know you're an actor. You'll do any, if you're interested in it, you'll do any role.
Yeah.
But what are ones that you wish you could play more of, or things that you wish you could do, explore essentially?
Yeah.
Characters.
I do like more, like we talked about before too, like those dark corners of life.
Yeah.
Play some more darker roles. Some characters that might scare me, might scare me to prepare for and to do. But also stuff like action films and stuff. You know what I mean? Like a Marvel show, something that I can display like my athleticism, martial arts background, stuff that I love.
Yeah.
More of that. But just things that challenge me, really. Probably just films and characters that challenge me.
Okay. Has there been any roles in the past that have terrified you or scared you going into them?
Nothing yet.
No? Do you want to be afraid? Do you want to be challenged by the roles that you
Not
take?
so much afraid, but yeah, challenging.
Yeah.
Things that challenge me.
Okay. Because I'm curious as how an actor can do all these tough roles and tough things and not affect their own mental health, essentially, doing them. Because I can't imagine the weight of... If you're playing someone that's very broken or going through a really tough time within the movie, and how do you keep those things from affecting your own mental health or your own sanity after the fact? You know what I mean?
I think that's the dangerous part about taking the method approach.
Yeah.
People fall in for a long time to prepare. I don't do that, so I've never had. I've done some hard scenes, some roles where like it hurts. Like I'm just in a tough place and like I'm emotional a little bit, but I'm able to come in and out of it. Yeah. And I'm able to fall in, able to fall out.
So you're aware of what you're. Like,
yeah.
You're aware that you're playing a role. You're aware that you're not.
Yeah.
If you have to act violent towards a certain person, you know that's.
Well, that comes easy.
But what I'm getting at is like that everyone's here for like to make a film. It's a film.
Yeah.
Like, you're never going into it with a malicious approach. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I know a lot of actors that will do the method thing of, oh, I hate this person, so now I'm gonna like generate hate towards my other co-star or whatever to get a performance or to whatever.
They won't be working long if they do that.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to be nice to work with too, man.
Yeah,
it's a big industry, but it's really small too.
Yeah.
We've seen that with a lot of actors. Big actors, really bad attitudes. And then you don't really see them working anymore.
I feel like you have to keep your ego in check, especially as an actor.
Yeah, man. Practice humility. Be humble.
Yeah.
Be grateful. You're in a position that millions of people want to be in.
Yeah.
You can screw it up though.
Have you seen actors screw it up?
No, but I've heard of some.
Yeah. Final question. What do you think is the hardest part about being an actor? Is it getting roles? Is it being in a position? Is it the pressure of giving a performance? What is it?
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's a tough living. Getting work.
Yeah.
Getting work, steady work. We mentioned before, there's so much content out there and you see a lot of bad acting, a lot of unauthentic work. And it can get you frustrated sometimes too, especially if you consider yourself as someone who does authentic work and who does everything, is doing everything right, maybe per se. But what can you do? Getting work's tough, but the hardest part of being an actor is really staying mentally and spiritually fit and physically fit, but staying mentally and spiritually fit, because we hear no all the time, or we don't even hear no. you just go to a million auditions and then
never hear back.
Never hear back.
Yeah.
You just gotta get that thick skin, and if you can stay grateful, if you can stay hungry, you know, that's the toughest part. Not let it eat you up. Financially, you'll probably be hurting for a long time. Being able, like I said, to deal with hearing no a lot or not hearing anything. That's the toughest part for me, or it was in the past, and you know, it's I know a lot of people that quit and just went and got regular day jobs because they just want to like be more comfortable, stuff like that. But live in faith and not so much fear. You know, we can be fearful of everything so much, and if you can live in faith and just have faith that I'll just keep doing it. As long as I keep doing the right thing, things are gonna work out. Yeah. You know, keeping me spiritually fit. Okay. Good mindset, be grateful. Yeah, man, having a good attitude. That's everything in life, though.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Are you a firm believer that the more hard work that you put into something, if you put the hard work in, you'll get the results that you're looking for?
Yeah. Smart work.
Yeah.
Hard, smart work in. Yeah. Be okay with failure. I fail all the time. I fall short all the time. But it's good, though. I learned a lot from that.
You're constantly moving forward.
Yeah, constantly moving forward, man.
Yeah.
This discipline, consistency.
Yeah. I think it goes back to the thing that I was saying too about not being stagnant, about constantly wanting to learn or wanting to improve or wanting to push yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for indulging my questions and
thank you, buddy.
It was quite interesting interviewing you.
Yeah.
From a director standpoint. But yeah, I'm sure we'll see each other. We'll interview other people.
Yeah.
That way we have more things to talk about.
Absolutely.
But thank you for being so open and honest with me.
Yeah, man. Sounds good.
That's it.